What's going on, guys? We're getting some new NHL 22 news today. Unfortunately, it's not good news. We got confirmation that FIFA 22 will not feature any form of crossplay, and with FIFA being the biggest EA Sports game by far, it dwarfs Madden, NHL, NBA, all the other games. If FIFA 22 will not have any form of crossplay, then most likely no other sport game will have crossplay, including NHL 22. So in this tweet it says if you're playing the PlayStation 5 version of FIFA 22, you'll only be able to match up and play against other players who are playing the PlayStation 5 version. So this means if you have FIFA 22 on the PS5, your friend has FIFA 22 on the PS4, you guys cannot play together unless you also buy the PS4 version and play it on your PS5. But at that point, you're playing a worse version and you're buying two versions potentially. The same is true for the Xbox Series X/S version of FIFA 22, where only players on the Xbox Series X/S will be able to play with each other. So again, if I have the Xbox Series X and buy NHL 22 for Xbox Series X, and my friend hasn't upgraded his console yet, either can't afford it or just hasn't been lucky enough to find a new console, he buys the Xbox One version, we cannot play together unless I buy an Xbox One version to play on my Series X. So definitely sucks. I was hoping, honestly, that NHL 22 would be cross-platform in terms of Xbox playing with PlayStation, and to find out that you can't even have two Xbox players play together because one's on the new console, one's on the old, definitely sucks to hear. NHL, of course, is probably the smallest sports game in the EA Sports catalogs. So the player base being split into quarters really sucks. Normally it's just split into half of the PlayStation Xbox users. The fact that each of those sides is now split into half again, I mean, the player base for NHL is normally not that big, and this is going to hurt it even more. I just kind of show you guys here. I actually wanted to bring up shootout mode in NHL 21. Kind of show you guys how many people are online. So not only will we see total online number, but also the shootout number. You can see right now there's 11,400 people playing NHL 21 on Xbox. This, of course, is all of Xbox because there's only one version of the game. And there's 30 people playing shootout. Now, this is like prime time for NHL. You can see it's just about 7 p.m. at night. Sometimes when I'm playing NHL late at night, like 3 or 4 a.m., there'll honestly be no one playing online shootout, or maybe there's one or two other people, and if they're not close to you at all, you can just sometimes never even match up with them. Same goes even for like a more popular mode, I'd say, like Hut Rush. I remember one time, late at night, I was grinding the Hut Rush to try and get the rewards, and I literally could not match up with a human player, so I had to be forced to play computer. Of course, I wanted to play human player because you get a better reward multiplier, and that just wasn't the case. I had to play single player. So the thing I'm worried about is that the player base is already so small, you can't play certain modes late at night. It's really going to limit when you can play NHL online. Basically, you'll have to play at those prime times like I am right now. I'd say prime time is normally anytime basically between like 3 p.m. and midnight. You're kind of good, but anytime later at night or during the day when people are at work or at school, you're definitely going to have a tough time trying to find someone in a less popular game mode. And on top of all of this, it really throws a wrench into all of the tournaments and just even like online leagues, as normally, you'd have an Xbox side, a PlayStation side. For the big GWC tournaments, of course, they'll come together on one console, but now it's like, for online play, you can't even just have, Xbox users and PlayStation users. It has to literally be Series X users, One users, PS5 users, PS4 users, 4 different platforms. And then for big tournaments, like NHL teams, of course, this year, throwing tons of big tournaments, you're now going to have like 4 different divisions for all the different consoles. Or more likely, what I'm thinking they'll do is you're just going to have to choose basically one version of each console. So whether it be, the one for the Xbox, the PS4 for the PlayStation, or they go with the newer version, and that's going to be it. So I'm thinking if that happens, they'll probably choose the older version. Just that way, if, like I mentioned earlier, if someone hasn't been able to get the new console yet, either can't afford it or just unlucky in finding one available, they can still enter these tournaments. I think the other way, you're just kind of not letting a lot of people even have a chance to enter. And if you're a serious player, I think, you probably wouldn't mind playing the older version of NHL on the newer console. Again, that kind of sucks though, because you get a chance to then buying the game twice. Definitely some issues to be worked out. Very curious to see what happens in terms of like, the NHL esports scene, all the online tournaments, stuff like that. Definitely not an ideal situation. Now, having said all that, this of course is only confirmed for FIFA, not NHL, but the smart money would say if the biggest EA Sports game is not going to be cross-platform, NHL 22 will not be cross-platform either. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments section which console you'll be buying NHL 22 on, and if you have any, ideas, I guess, to kind of solve the current problem. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button. Stay tuned for NHL 22 content. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.